Emsy, there you are. I came as fast as I could, Hagrid. What's the matter? I hate to bother you, but I'm worried sick. I could really use your help. It'll be all right, Hagrid. Just tell me what happened. Well, the Ministry rescued a giant dung beetle from a Muggle circus and placed the special creature in my care. After years on the road with Muggles, it was too disoriented to be released into the wild, you see. But now the giant dung beetle is lost. I've been looking all over and I can't seem to find it. I see. You want me to help you track it down? The problem is, the poor creature was quite mixed up and disoriented, so I'm not sure where to look for it. Where did you see it last, Hagrid? We were here playing in the garden. I only looked away for a second, but when I turned back, it was gone. Then it may be somewhere nearby. If we hurry, it won't get far. See, I knew it was a good idea to call you. I was as lost and confused as the giant dung beetle before you showed up, so thanks for your help, Emsy. I'll see what I can do to help you find the poor thing. I have a little experience with giant dung beetles, but this one sounds quite unique. Wait, I had a little experience with beetles? When? Perhaps you should tell me a little more about it. Of course, I'll tell you everything I know. Maybe then you'll have an idea about where to start the search. So we know the giant dung beetle isn't hiding here in the garden. But like its smaller cousins, it spends most of its time gathering dung to eat, store, or use to build a nest. And given this giant beetle's giant size, we can assume it will be looking for a large supply of dung. You're right. Perhaps if we can find a large supply of dung, we'll find the dung beetle. I used dung to fertilize the garden, but I've already searched all over and didn't find the creature here. What if the beetle went to find more dung? Who else at Hogwarts might have a large supply of dung on hand? Sprout, Filch, or Peeves. Obviously, Sprout would make the most logical sense because she's a herbology professor as well. So, where there's greenhouses, there will be a bucket ton of dung. If dung's a good fertilizer, I bet Professor Sprout will have some in the herbology classroom. Of course! I know for a fact she uses dragon dung to make fertilizer for her venomous tentacula. Brilliant! Let's head to herbology and see if the giant dung beetle is there. The poor creature was quite mixed up. I'll wait here in case it wanders back. Yeah, smart thinking. Good idea. Yeah, I said it was a smart thinking. Since you have some experience with this type of creature, you should be able to handle it on your own. Great. If you don't find it straight away, just let me know how it goes with Professor Sprout. Then I'm off to herbology. Hopefully we'll find your lost beetle in no time. Oh no! Oh, I guess the beetle has been there. Wait, did I just miss the beetle? But what's wrong, Professor Sprout? Someone or something has made off with all of my precious dragon dung. And I need that dung to fertilize my venomous tentacula. Without it, my poor deadly darling won't be able to grow. I may be able to help you, Professor Sprout. I've come here looking for a missing giant dung beetle, and since they're drawn to dung, I thought it might have come to your greenhouse where you have or had a large supply of dragon dung. If it was such a creature, we need to track it down this instant. I need that dung back, and soon. Venomous tentaculas grow quite quickly, you know. If I'm going to help you find your dung, I'll need to search the classroom for more clues. Whoever or whatever made off with the dung is sure to have left behind a trail of some kind. Of course, we'll search together. I'm sure we'll find something that points us in the right direction. Aha! This trail of dung seems to lead out of the room and down the hall. That creature must have rolled off that way with my dung. Perhaps, but what explains this dung bomb? I found it right by the trail. Oh, why am I holding it? How can you tell it's a bomb? It just looks like a pile of dung to me. Kind of almost... I mean, if I squint, you can almost see a face in it. It's not like anything I've seen from Zonkos. In fact, from the look of it, it appears to be homemade. Yes, I've never seen one quite like it. I don't think a giant dung beetle could have made it. So maybe it's not the beetle, but... it's a person! There's only one person I know with the talent and inclination to make something like this. I'm trying to think who, because I know there's like at least a few people that love jokes. I know Tonks is one of them. Who's the other? It might be Tonks, but I'm not entirely sure. Tulip Karasu! Oh my goodness, I forgot about her. Oh, I'm so sorry. But why would she steal my dung? To sell it? For some elaborate prank? Or perhaps to feed the dung beetle? Sell, prank, giant dung beetle. I don't know if she's come across the beetle. But knowing her, it's probably for a prank. Cause oh yeah, she has used a dung bomb before. No. Yeah, she used the Zonko brand dung bomb. Knowing Tulip, it's probably for a prank. She's always got them on the brain. If that's the case, then we better stop her immediately. I need that dung and I won't see it wasted. I'll go look for Tulip. She's a friend. Perhaps I can get her to return your dung before it's too late. That would be wonderful. My venomous Tentacula and I would be forever grateful. Alright, then I'll follow the trail of dung and see where it leads. If I do find Tulip or the giant dung beetle at the training grounds, perhaps I can get to the bottom of all this. Why do I just immediately assume like, oh, Tulip or, I don't know, maybe the beetle might be ended up at the training grounds? Tulip, so you're the one who stole all of Professor Sprout's dung. And also, what do we have here? I see a giant twerking dung beetle with you. Were you both in cahoots? Also, my face is so serious. You'd better keep your distance, MC Spiritbrook. These dung bombs are still in a delicate state. You don't want to accidentally set one off. What are you doing here anyway? This doesn't concern you. Actually, it does. Hagrid's worried sick about the giant dung beetle. He asked me to help him find it. And then also I kind of had to help Professor Sprout find her dung. So, 2 birds, 1 stone. I checked the herbology classroom where I found this trail of dung and one of your homemade dung bombs. I followed all the clues here. I seriously just can't get enough. Like, I swear I keep glancing over and see the twerking beetle. It's just too distracting. That's pretty good detective work, MZ Spiritbrook. And now that you know where everyone is, you can leave us to our work. What's all this for, Tulip? Also, where's the beetle going? Are you planning some kind of epic prank? Like the world's biggest dung bomb? I wish. If not that, then what? I can't get into it. You'd better just go. All right, but if I'm leaving, I'm taking the giant dung beetle with me. And the dung. Not so fast. We're working here. Look at that strength. I can't give it up just yet, MC Spirit Brook. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that animation was pretty impressive. It's so powerful. It can gather huge amounts of dung in no time at all. We have a lot of work to do. After we make a few thousand dung bombs, I'm going to sell them for less than zonkos and make heaps of dosh. I'm sorry, where are you planning to sell the dung bombs, though? Will it be near zonkos? That's my plan anyway. What do you think of it? Brilliant, exploitive, or I'm not sure it will work? Well, I mean, I guess it does sound very ambitious. And I think kind of cunning to do it cheap. I'm just gonna pick an option here. It's a bit exploitative, don't you think? Unless you're splitting the profits with your helper over there. That thing has no use for galleons, but I do. What do you need the galleons for? If you knew the whole story, you'd forgive me for going to such extreme measures. But why do you need all that money, Tulip? What's going on? I don't mean to be rude, but that's none of your business. Now, if you'll leave us to it, we have some dung bombs to make. Tulip, Hagrid's worried sick, and Professor Sprout needs that dung to fertilize her venomous tentacula. I know you're not a fan of authority, but perhaps kidnapping a magical creature and putting it to work for you is going a bit far. Kidnapping? I would never! Tulip, you're shaking. I'm sorry if I upset you. I feel like something is really bothering her and that's what she needs the money for. It's not you. Then what is it? You can trust me. I really shouldn't say anything. Honestly, I can't. Of course you can. You can tell me anything. Believe me, it will be all right if you just trust me. We've been through a lot together, Tulip. Whatever this is, we'll get through it too. I promise. I can help you. You just have to trust me. I know. Thanks for reminding me, MC Spirit Brook. But it's not me that needs help. It's my toad, Dennis. Wait, your toad? Wait. What? I'm just, wait. You need galleons for your toad, Dennis? Or, oh, you want to buy something for Dennis, right? Dennis? Where is the little guy? That's just it. I made a special trip to Zonkos the other day, and I lost sight of him for a moment outside. I searched everywhere, but couldn't find him, and I've just learned why. Why? What happened? MC Spirit Brook, Dennis has been kidnapped. Oh dear. What? How do you know? I received a ransom howler. It demanded more money than I've seen in my whole life. I wanted to tell you, but the ransom note said the kidnapper would do something terrible if I told anyone. Well, that's awful. No wonder you seem so worried. I wanted to use the giant dung beetle to make enough dung bombs to pay the ransom. Yeah, but where are you going to sell your products? And who is going to buy them? But I'm starting to worry that, even with its help, I won't be able to raise the money in time. I'm so worried for Dennis. I don't know what else to do. I don't know where he is or who has him. You said you got a ransom note? I did. It was a howler, but it shredded itself after delivering the horrible news. Now I only have the scraps. Well, perhaps we can start by examining the scraps of that ransom howler for any clues. Maybe then we can determine who has Dennis and come up with a plan for how to save him. Luckily, I think the howler scraps are still in the bin in my dorm room. I'll dig them out, and we can look them over in the Ravenclaw common room. Brilliant! I'll let Hagrid know the giant dung beetle is safe. Then we can return this dung to Professor Sprout. After that, we'll head to the Ravenclaw common room to examine the howler and bring Dennis home safe. Perspective-wise, that beetle would present quite a challenge. Hello, MZ. Have you brought me another stylistic challenge? ... that... Of course. Here we are, the Ravenclaw common room. Now we can get to work and find Dennis. Wait, hold on, how were we able to sneak in a giant dung beetle into a common room? Thanks for inviting me here, Tulip. And I hope that you've passed that invitation down with my beetle buddy. Examining the kidnapper's ransom howler for clues will be a good place to start. Hopefully we'll find something that points us to where Dennis the Toad is being held, or who is holding him. I really appreciate your help, MZ Spiritbrook. Having you by my side makes all of this a little easier. You and the giant dung beetle, I mean. Hagrid was so happy we found it. He said it could travel with us as long as it likes. As long as we keep an eye on it, that is. It must like you quite a bit. It doesn't want to leave your side. Who knows? After all the dung bombs you two made together, perhaps you're the one it's taken a liking to. Or perhaps it just wants to help Dennis. Yeah. There's multiple reasons, really. It seems keen on that idea. And I'll admit, it's nice to have a big, powerful creature on our side. It may prove itself quite useful. We have no idea what's going to happen next. That's true. We'll have to take this all one step at a time and be careful. For now, let's examine those howler scraps. Hopefully we'll find something that leads us to Dennis. For the most part, it looks like a standard howler, except these pieces are stained with a golden substance. Yes, and when you smell them, they have a caramelly scent. So wait, is it some sort of sweet, or... Wait, no, it's liquid, so it has to be maybe a sweet type based drink? It's a bit like butterbeer, don't you think? So this person probably wrote the howler at the Three Broomsticks. Of course, that's exactly it. Someone spilled butterbeer on the corner of this howler before sending it. There's only one place I know of that would sell butterbeer to a low-life kidnapper of toads. The Hog's Head Inn. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot. Yeah, I think the Three Broomsticks is more classy. But I guess for a crook, that's probably the perfect place to go. You could be right, MZ Spiritbrook. It's just disreputable enough. If I am, we should head to the Hog's Head Inn immediately and see if anyone saw anything. This may be our chance to catch the kidnapper off guard and gain the upper hand. That's true. What's wrong, Tulip? Do you think we're on the wrong track? No, I think we should follow up on this lead and go search for more clues. But this is all a bit more serious than I'm used to. What if something bad happens? What if we stumble upon the kidnapper, but we aren't prepared to face them? Sympathetic, project strength, or remind her what's at stake. How about, I go for the friendship points. I understand being nervous, Tulip. It's a scary situation. But whatever happens, we'll face it together. You're right. We've gone up against difficult odds before, and having you by my side has made all the difference. Thanks for understanding. It's good to know I can be, honest with you. If you're still feeling a bit nervous, why don't you bring a few of your homemade dung bombs? Yeah, you can give them a little trial run to see if they work or not. That way, if we run into the kidnapper, we can make them regret ever messing with us. Or Dennis. It is a particularly foul batch. All right, I'll bring some homemade dung bombs. And with our trusty giant dung beetle on our side, we make quite a team, don't we? Yes, and I think we're as ready as we'll ever be. It's now or never. Then let's head to the Hogshead Inn and find out if anyone saw anything that might lead us to Dennis. Don't look me in the eye. Shove off. What is that thing? Whatever that creature is, I hope it's thirsty. Oh yeah, so it'll be good business for him. You were right, MC Spiritbrook. This place is full of disreputable types. A kidnapper would fit right in. Yeah, it's like the hotspot for the dark side of magic. Thanks to the butterbeer stain on the ransom howler, we know there's a chance Dennis' kidnapper drank here. Only, we don't know how long ago they were here, or where they may be going next. If any of the patrons saw something, they may be able to point us in the right direction. You're right. Let's talk to a few patrons. Hopefully we'll find Dennis soon. Excuse me, we were wondering if you've seen anyone here riding howlers. Or maybe an adorable little frightened toad? Shove off. All right. How about you, madam? I mind my own business. This isn't working, and we're running out of time. If the kidnapper was here, they'll be long gone by now. You're right. We need to think of a different approach. Giant dung beetle is now the interrogator. The good cop, bad cop type of beetle. What is this? Get this thing away from me! Call off your goon! Goon? What are you? Of course, our goon! Perhaps we'll call it off? If you tell us what we want to know. Fine, I'll tell you everything. Just get that thing away from me. I like how you say that while just calmly sitting there and not reacting. So, you did see someone here riding howlers, and not too long ago either. Yes, a dark witch. She was splashing butterbeer all about the shop and laughing maniacally? Maniacally? I don't know if I'm announcing that correctly. But basically, evil laughing. That could be the person who kidnapped Dennis. When she left, did you see where she was headed? Nocturne Alley, maybe. She staggered that way, at least. Do you hear that, Tulip? The kidnapper may very well be in Nocturne Alley as we speak. Which means Dennis could be there too. If that's true, we won't have time to travel back to Hogwarts for backup. But we don't know who it is or what they're up to. It could be dangerous to face them alone. That's true, but we're not alone. Remember? Yeah, we have a giant dung beetle. Exactly. We'll bring the giant dung beetle. You saw how intimidating it was in our interrogation. Perhaps it's all the backup we need. You're right. We just saw all those dark witches and wizards cower before its might. It could work again. With a powerful creature at our side, we could catch the kidnapper off guard, intimidate them, and save Dennis. But we'll have to hurry. There isn't much time. All right, let's do it. Let's save Dennis. Brilliant! Tss. Then it's decided. We'll head to Nocturne Alley together, find the kidnapper, and save Dennis. That's that enormous beetle from the Hogshead Inn. It's quite a menace. I'm tough, but perhaps not tough enough to face a creature that giant. I'll steer clear, thank you. Seems like there's trouble afoot. All right, keep your eyes peeled, Tulip. Based on what we heard at the Hogshead Inn, a dark witch may have composed the ransom howler. And she may have come this way. If it's true, she could be anywhere, so keep your guard up. Dennis! Yes, Dennis could be around here too. No, I mean, he's right there. He's headed our way. Get back here, you manky toad! Corinne Cribb? Oh, I should have known. Oh, wait. No, I met her before. Wait, it was the whole fiasco with the dragon thing, right? Blimey. Not you again. Yeah, she remembers me. I'd hoped that Chinese fireball debacle was the last time I'd have to see your mug. Well, clearly not. Let me guess. This toad is also yours? Well, I mean not mine, but it is my friend's toad. He's mine, and you better not have hurt him. He's fine. A bit annoying, but fine. And if he's your toad, then you're the one who owes me a ransom. Now pay up! We don't owe you anything, Cribb. Then you leave us no choice. Wands now! Oh, we're gonna duel? Expelliarmus! Uh-oh. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, we don't have our wands. It's all right, Tulip. We've still got your dung bombs. Oh yeah! You two keep them coming, and we'll teach Cribb a lesson she won't soon forget. It's time to rescue Dennis. Those things are horrible. The stench is unbearable. Yuck! Take your blasted toad. Dennis! I'm so glad you're all right. Wait, when did he hop onto the barrel? What made you think you could get away with this, Corinne? Look, I found that thing wandering around Hogsmeade. I saw an opportunity, so I took it. I asked around, learned it belonged to a lowly Hogwarts student, and thought I could make a quick buck. But this is all turning out to be much more trouble than it's worth. Clearly, you messed with the wrong lowly Hogwarts students. If the toad means so much to you, try not to lose it next time. Thanks for the tip. We'll think on it after we turn you over to Tulip's parents and see you tried for kidnapping. Oh, I don't think we'll be doing that. Nice seeing you again. Until next time. Oh, it sounds like she's then gonna get away. Yep. We let her get away. She got away! I was so distracted by Dennis, I didn't move fast enough to stop her. I can't believe I let her get away. We'll get her next time or we did what we came here to do. Yeah. Well, we've won the day. So, and also, we got Dennis. That's more important. And, like, knowing her, she'll probably be, like, a reoccurring villain. Maybe in the future animal quest stories, so... It's alright. What matters is that we did what we came here to do. We rescued Dennis. You're right. Mission accomplished. For now, I'm just so glad Dennis is safe and back where he belongs. Speaking of which, you were right, Tulip. The giant dung beetle did prove quite helpful in the end. But now it's time to bring our new friend back to Hagrid. Let's get you back to Hogwarts, friend. I know someone who will be quite happy to see you. Thanks for tracking down the giant dung beetle and bringing it home safe, Amzy. Everyone in Hogsmeade is talking about your epic dung bomb dung beetle duel with Corinne Cribb. She's a nasty one, isn't she? She's the worst, or she deserves the benefit of the doubt. Honestly, no, she doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt. She's the absolute worst, Hagrid, and I get the feeling this won't be the last time we run into her. You may be right, but for now, you've won the day. Speaking of which, after all you've been through, I figured the giant dung beetle might be hungry. So I brought this cartload of dung from the dragon sanctuary. Or to tide the creature over for a bit. I'd love to hear more about your adventure. Why don't you help me unload the cart and tell me the whole story? Look at that! The giant dung beetle went straight to work on the dung. It's happy as can be. It no longer looks disoriented, and it seems quite at home now, thanks to you and your adventure. I'm chuffed to see it so confident and full of purpose. Perhaps it should go on a few more adventures. We owe a lot to that beetle, Hagrid. It knew exactly what to do, and it didn't hesitate to help us when it was time to fight for Dennis. You know, back in the Muggle circus, they used to call it Super Beetle. Gave it a little cape and everything. Oh, I didn't know that, but also is that really relevant? It's safe to say our friend has shed its miserable past as a sideshow attraction. But one thing's still true. What's that, Hagrid? Cape or no, the giant dung beetle is still quite super.